Hey everyone, Greg from CarID.com and welcome back to the shop. And in today's video, I have with me a fantastic low buck lift kit for those of you out there that want to lift your truck but on a budget. This kit is perfect for the truck owner that wants to increase their overall ground clearance and also add a set of larger wheels and tires without breaking the bank. This time it's from the guys that have been designing and building quality lifts since 1989, and this is Tuff Country's 3-inch lift kit for all 15 and up Ford F-150 trucks. So in this video, I'm going to cover every single detail of this 3-inch lift kit from Tuff Country, including its construction, what comes with the kit, and even how to install it, so let's get started. Alright, so here it is. This is Tuff Country's 3-inch lift kit, again for all 15 and up Ford F-150 trucks. And if you guys haven't heard of Tuff Country up until now, you really need to take the time to check them out. Now, like I said earlier, these guys have been building and designing quality lift kits since '89, and all the products that they build are made right here in the States. So it was really about time that we got our hands on a kit just to check it out for ourselves. Now the lift kit that I have here today is going to be Tuff Country's tallest lift that they offer for the late model F-150. They achieve that 3 inches in height a few different ways. To get the front of the truck up, Tuff Country uses a set of modified aluminum strut bearing plates and extended strut spacers. These are going to mount right to the top of your factory struts to give you that boost in front end height. But what's really nice about this kit compared to others is Tuff Country also includes a new set of extended upper control arms to make sure that all of your alignment angles stay in spec. You're also going to have the option to choose from either your standard upper control arm ball joint, or you can upgrade it to their uniball ball joints for better articulation. Now for the rear of the truck, Tuff Country includes a set of durable addle leafs to bring up the whole back end. Now not only will these additional leaf springs actually lift the back of your truck up, but they will also aid in hauling heavy payloads and even towing. Now I also want to point out that the kit that I have here today is one of the more basic options, and it doesn't include shocks. Now you are totally fine to install this lift kit using the factory shocks without worrying about overextending them, but if you want to, you can also upgrade to Tuff Country's SX8000 shocks for just a few extra bucks. Now that we have all the features of this lift kit covered, let's move on to the installation. Now I'm not going to sugarcoat it, this installation is more involved than your average spacer lift, but it's still completely doable in your own garage. Now, if you don't own one already, you need to pick up a coil spring compressor to get this job done. And if you don't want to buy one, there are plenty of auto parts stores out there that'll loan you this tool. To get started, you need to get your factory struts out of the truck. Now that's going to mean unbolting the sway bars on each side and then disconnecting the ABS and brake lines from the frame. Separate the upper control arm ball joint from the steering knuckle and then loosen all 3 nuts on the top of the strut and the 2 lower strut bolts, and then remove it from the truck. Now that that's out, this is when the coil spring compressor comes in. Mark the location of the top strut mount to make sure it goes back in the exact same orientation, and then begin to compress the spring. Once the spring is completely compressed, remove the top bolt and the upper bearing plate and install the new modified bearing plate underneath the factory plate. Install it back on the top of the strut with your brand new strut spacer, and then tighten up all your nuts. With the strut reassembled, you can now bolt it back into the truck, but the last thing that you need to do before you can reassemble the entire front suspension is bolt up your brand new upper control arms. This is going to consist of unbolting the 2 bolts holding your stock control arm to the frame, and then using those same bolts to bolt up your brand new ones. Moving on to the rear, it's time to get to the addle leaf installation. Now when doing this, you need to be extremely careful because those springs are under a lot of tension. Using a good set of C-clamps, clamp the springs at both the front and the rear to hold the tension. Once they are firmly in place, loosen the 2 retaining nuts in the center of the leaf spring and loosen each clamp evenly and slowly to relieve the spring tension. Place your new addle leaves above the overload spring and then install your new leaf spring bolts to center it with the other leaves. Compress all the leaves together using your C-clamps and then tighten the new leaf spring bolts evenly until they are completely compressed, and then just cut off the remaining bolt. At this point, you can bolt up a larger set of wheels and tires, get your truck aligned, and you are ready to hit the dirt and start enjoying your new lift. Well everyone, that's going to conclude my review today of Tuff Country's 3-inch lift kit for all 15 and up Ford F-150 trucks. So if you want all the benefits of a lifted truck without the massive price tag, head over to CarID.com now to check out this great 3-inch lift kit from Tuff Country and all the other amazing performance suspension products that they have to offer. And as always, I'm Greg from CarID.com, and I will see you guys next time.